Okay, do this exercise for 5 minutes every time you practice or play, and I guarantee you it'll improve your contact and your control over the golf ball. No matter what golf swing you have, no matter what level of golf you are, this will do you no harm, it'll only help. This is the golf drill we give out for all the students, every golf school I do, until we get to come and see them and work on their individual patterns. It's a guarantee to just improve things. So keep listening and give it a go, and make sure you let me know later in the video how it affects you. So we call this kind of the cornerstone drill or the structured drill. What we're looking at here really is a pattern of movement through the hitting zone that's going to make you land the club in the right spot, which would be about 4 inches after the golf ball at its deepest point. So the club will be landing after the ball is the key thing here. The bottom of the arc is certainly 4 inches after the ball with an iron, okay? So we really want to feel that that's where the club is landing. We want to feel we have structure, we have control with our arms, and we're moving our body and pressure in the right way. This drill kind of takes care of all of that. What I'm going to ask you to do is make a little half swing, kind of a 9 o'clock swing here. Swing through to kind of maybe 3 o'clock-ish. When you swing through, we're looking for you to move your tailbone forward to try and get your tailbone here at least level with the golf ball. I want to see your arms both straight, ideally the thumbs pointing down to the ground, the wrist arch, left wrist still bowed. I want to see your body extending, so we have this feeling of the belly buckle being the head of the chest, the belt buckle being the head of the belly button, ideally, and the pressure about 90% on that lead side. We want to take a nice streaky divot just after the golf ball, and we want the depth of that divot to be consistent, the landing spot of that divot to be consistent. The setup is going to be normal. We're not going to preset the weight anyway, but we're certainly going to feel a little 9 o'clock through structure. And we want to get that discipline and detail absolutely nailed on before we take it any further. And I will show you how we take it to the next stages. And this will definitely be my kind of compression drill set that you would do. And again, for me, this is how you should warm up before you play every single time. Yes, you should do dynamic warm-up. Yes, you should probably hit a few wedges, but then you do this before you hit full-out shots. Let's try and show you a couple of demos. Landing the club, pointing the club. At the same time, extending. So shifting and extending. So we relocate our address posture into our finishing position. And if I put the club down here, I'd want to still see the club facing the square position relevant if my body was over here. I certainly wouldn't want to see it closed. If I got through to that finishing position like this, put the club down, take a 3/4 stance, the club face is really closed. I'll try and do that at this angle for you. So if I get it good, this is back to my kind of address position with a bit more shaft lean. That's what we want to see. Let's try and hit a little demo for you. So a nice stringy divot just after the golf ball, 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock. Again, nice divot, great pressure on the golf ball, great security in my hands. Felt no wobbles, no twists, no separating of the hands. That's how it felt. That's exactly what I want you to be able to do. Yeah, slightly less of a divot. Tried to extend a little bit more on that one. Felt perhaps in the first one there was a bit more pressure than extension. But that one, second one felt great. So once we feel we've got that pretty consistent in terms of divot depth, divot start position, and ball flight, then we want to add rotation. So just add more rotation. Maybe even not make the backswing any bigger than this stage. Keep it at 9 o'clock feeling, add rotation, and let the arms just start to soften behind the head. So we want to feel like the arms almost decelerate here, and the wrists go, and the hips go a little bit. That'd be the full finish. Let's do one of those. And in terms of divot, ball striking, I can't really fault that. And then all I would do then is slowly allow my backswing to get a little bit more juicier, a bit bigger, to add a little bit more speed, and that then in turn would give me a little bit more distance. But the distance on that, for the club I'm hitting, was pretty normal. The swing might be slightly longer than 9 o'clock because it's very difficult with any golfer. When you say to them, swing to 9 o'clock, they'll always go further. Swing halfway back, they always go further. It's very difficult to put the brakes on the backswing, I find. And the fall through. You ask a lot of people to decelerate the fall through, and it's always further. But to get that structure, to get that strike, get that consistency, get that deceleration, get that structure of the arms squeezed together, the shifting of the weight, the shifting of the pressure, that will help you become a very consistent ball striker.